Why we charge 42 million naira fees for primary school pupils, says Charterhouse School, Lagos State, Nigeria. Hello everyone, you're so much welcome. Following a recent criticism and condemnation from members of the public over the report of 42 million naira as school fees per annum for each primary school student and 2 million naira as the non-refundable registration fee at the Charterhouse, a private-owned British school which is newly opened in Lagos and is the first in Africa, the management has reacted. Meanwhile, some had described the school fees as extremely outrageous and also a waste of scarce resources for any parent to pay such a huge amount of money to sponsor just a primary school pupil in an economy such as Nigeria, where the majority of citizens wallow in abject poverty and the minimum wage is just 30,000 naira per month. Some others also expressed reservations on the matter, which went viral on the social media space, especially X, formerly Twitter, stating that it is not by compulsion for any pupils to enroll their children in the school. But the school, in its reaction, denied knowing the public outrage against its fees. It says people have the right to express their opinions and feelings on their fees and any other issues they feel concerned about. But parents who have an interest in bringing their children to Charterhouse are not complaining. Speaking to Tribune Online in an exclusive interview, the Director of Communications, Admissions and Marketing of the school, Mr. Damilola Olatobosun, explained why the school has to charge up to that amount. He said, Charterhouse is not just like every other school anywhere globally, but a prestigious and value-driven world-class educational institution that parents who love quality and second-to-none education will always want their children to be. He noted that since the school was officially launched last September, many parents have shown interest in enrolling their children. According to him, most parents who come to us are not surprised about our fees, as it is within what they can afford. Some parents are here in Nigeria and some based abroad, and they know the quality of education we will give to their children. It is about value and not whether the school fees is high or not. They know it will cost them more if they are to send their children abroad and get the same quality and value we will give them here in Nigeria. The foreign exchange and the associated costs, as well as nearness. Even though we are yet to commence academic activities and we are not also done with our construction works, Law School in Nigeria has the facilities we have already put in place. And it is not all about physical structures in Charterhouse, but also about quality, both academic and extracurriculum, and value for our learners. Schooling in Charterhouse, Lagos will be the same as in Charterhouse, UK, or any other high-profile UK-based school. The only difference is that the Charterhouse here will be immersed in the Nigerian culture, thereby giving our students the best of British curriculum in a multicultural environment. So we are not just any other school, and many prominent Nigerians who are either product of Charterhouse or have any of their children or relations attended the school in the UK are very glad that Charterhouse is now here in Lagos, Nigeria. Even here in Lagos, there are some schools, for example, that charge in millions of naira per annum, while some in hundreds of thousands, and yet some others charge something lesser. So it is now left for parents to decide which one to enroll their children based on the value they want and their purse. We are building on 70 acres of land in Lekki, and it will cost us over $150 million at completion. And that is why we are very sure that by the time we are done, people will appreciate us better. Olatobo also explained further that even though the original plan of the school is to open its primary school section doors for its first batch of pupils this September, the second batch, which is for junior secondary school students, in 2026, and the third batch, which are senior secondary school students 2 years after, the school has now decided to bring backwards the second batch to 2025, based on the parents' demand. So those who want quality and familiar with Charterhouse know why their children must come to our school. When asked if the school had ever envisaged huge patronage, even at inception, he answered in affirmation, saying, "We knew that most Nigerians value quality education, and those who have the money and like our value would not mind to pay for it. So to us, we are not surprised about the large number of patronage we have received so far." Speaking on whether the school would now likely adjust its fees downward, particularly due to the wide criticisms, the school spokesman emphasized that parents coming to enroll their children now know and understand that accessing quality education would not come cheap. According to him, education is like somebody who is hungry and wants to take lunch and go to a restaurant where a plate of food is 5,000 naira, and another will go somewhere else where it will be cheaper. Though the food may look alike, their value will never be the same. So it is about providing value for money, and that is what we do at Charterhouse. Okay, so let's take comments. The first commenter said, "Well, as it was explained, it's an expensive school, but those people patronizing the school should be able to show their annual tax receipts to taxmen on request." Somebody else said, "It is only corrupt politicians and children. Reason British government systems always stand by Nigerian politicians against the citizens. They are destroying every good in Nigeria using useless criminal politicians that are stupid." Okay. Another commenter said, "The teachers had their training in heaven. Certificates were signed by the archangels. The fees partly will be used as flight tickets to 10 Downing Street to Wright CE." Another said, "It's not by force, as they said, but those who are paying such money are paying it at the detriment of the citizens, because those paying the school fees for their children are politicians that are stealing public funds that's meant for the welfare of the citizens." Another said, "Businessmen and women, entrepreneur, children can also afford it. What is important is the quality of education for nation building." Another said, "EFCC should investigate those parents sending the children to this school." Another said, "The problem is the Nigerians who always want to show class in everything that concerns them." Another said, "Please, that school should be demolished. We don't need such schools here in Nigeria. It's a 419 school and also a second slavery. They have refused to let us be free. Who even approved such land for them? If you stay in their country and work, all the money you are making goes back to them. Very wicked people. I wonder the parents that will take their children to that school. Maybe such parents are printing money in dollars." Another said, "You tag the country the world headquarters of poverty, and still you bring a primary school with fees of about 50 million naira annually. What a confusion and such insincerity." Another said, "How many Nigerians abroad send their kids to such an expensive school, when even public schools here are of sound and better quality than any of those schools?" Another person said, "They know what they are doing. They encourage stealing and evil politicians. They give them support against the masses, encourage them to steal and have their own share in return." Another person said, "You have not shown your product, and you already think you are better than every school in Nigeria. Well, in Nigeria, everything goes." Another said, "Imagine having 5 children from one family enrolled in this school. This is a deposit place for Nigeria's looted money from corrupt politicians. This wickedness should not stand. Nigeria needs its money to circulate within its community, to reduce hunger and poverty, not depositing it in one school." Another said, "He who has fetched firewood infested with ants should not regret it if the lizards come calling. Now here we dey when kidnappers go dey whisk the pikins away. I hope the parents should be prepared for double budget each year for a child, 50 million naira for fees and 50 million naira for kidnappers." Okay, another said, "This is just stupid wastefulness." Another said, "This is just sheer madness. School fees of 42 million naira for a primary school people in Nigeria. All those who will send their children there must be probed. They are either thieves who have stolen our common wealth and are looking for avenues to squander them, or cultists who get money through evil means. Whoever is trying to set up such a school in Nigeria is only trying to siphon money out of the country and also setting a devilish precedence. A sensible government should stop this show of opulence before it gets out of hand. Needless to say that children in such schools will become targets of bad people. Another commenter said, well, they knew Nigerians would go for it, being a flamboyant and wasteful in nature most times. I'm not sure that in Britain they have a university that the fee is up to that amount of money. Now, wow. Okay, another said, they knew we don't value what we spend, most especially when it comes to things from abroad. So let them pack our money in the name of school and then go and invest back in their own country. Another said, these people should stop extorting our people. No one would have known if airpeace did not come on board. It's unfair to charge this amount. Even if these kids are in abroad in best of schools, I don't think they will pay anything close to this figure. Our government should step in to regulate some of these outrageous charges. What the F is 42 million naira primary school fee? I'm sure secondary will be over 100 million. This is so wrong. Another said, what a nonsense. What crime has Nigeria committed against the British? Over 100 years, they are busy milking Nigeria of their resources, and they are not ready to leave us alone. What is our offense? We can't do anything on our own because of British autocracies and intimidation. As a nation, nothing distinguishes us, the biblical Israeli in Egypt. God leads us out of this Egypt, emancipate and take the lead to their promised land. Another said, the target should not be the school. EFCC should wait to apprehend parents that will pay such humongous fee and arrest and interrogate them on how they make their money. But you can bet if the school will be filled up with children of government officials past and present, ministers, heads of agencies and departments, plus EFCC top-notch for status symbol. Another said, the school is for millionaires and billionaires' children. Their fees are in dollars, but change it to naira due to government policies on dollars. Their types cause naira scarcity. Another said, you bring school to Africa where you claim the people are poorer. You put price tag that even in your self-claimed rich countries can't pay. God punish black people that help these foreigners to loot people in Africa. Right, another said, if it's nothing but pure exploitation, and of course it can only happen in a country where governments care less. Another said, this school is specifically established to take advantage of corrupt politicians and criminals in our society. It becomes a ready avenue for money laundering. Another said, location of the school, I want to send my illiterate great grandma for learning. Let's see the magic. Another said, nonsense. It's cheaper to send a child to a boarding school abroad than submit to this kind of exploitation, even for those who have the money. Another said, these schools' fees should be looked into by the State Education Board, even if it's just such an option. The school should not initiate dangerous corruption pursuit in our society that is grappling with corruption. You want people to break into banks to steal because of your useless primary school education. All right, so we're going to stop there. The comments are much. What's your opinion on this? For the school fees of 42 million naira annually to be paid for a primary school pupil. Those are children below the age of, let's say, 10 or 11 years old before transition to secondary school. Whoa. I think right now this is going to be the most expensive, not even expensive, outrageous fee to be paid for any primary school child. We'd like to hear your opinion in the comment section below. May God bless Nigeria. Bye for now.